I became a foster carer after being in a teaching career. So I was a secondary school teacher, and I'd taken a bit of time out working on the Building Schools for Future project. And then a friend of mine, their teenage son had run away from home, and I'd sort of bridged a gap for them, for him returning to home. He wasn't ready to return home, but he wanted to come out of the situation he was in, so he stayed with me for about 6 weeks while we got him back home. And then from there I thought, actually, I could do this as a job, more full-time, so I thought I'll give it a go. We had initially one of the social workers came round and met us at home and talked a little bit about what the process would be, and then we had some skills to foster training, and that was over a couple of days and 2 different weekends we did that. And it was quite enlightening in terms of some of the situations you could do, even though I'd had different experiences with school as well. But it does sort of prepare you, but nothing's like having a teenager come into your life. I think there's so many different things that can happen, but it's a good grounding and it's a good foundation. And I think the most important bit is that people on there tell you that whatever you do, you just got to try your best. Orange Grove provides all foster carers with a lot of support. We get our supervising social worker who works with us and meets with us each month, and then also you can contact them as and when you need them. If it's out of hours, there's always an out of hours number, so if an issue does happen overnight, you can contact that and get advice from social workers there. And then there are also people in the office that you can phone if you can't get hold of your social worker as well. So I've had it when my social worker's been away and I've just had to phone the office, and there's usually always someone there that can give you some advice. I think some of the best moments as a foster carer is when, for example, I had a child that came to me at 15 and left at 18, but it's the fact that how much he changed during those 3 years that he was with me. So he came to me as what was called a runner. He was a bit into drug running, etc., worked with gangs, but also went missing a lot, and so he would never stay in placement. But we managed to work with his social worker so that he did stay, or when he did go away, we did it in a planned way, so he could go and see his friends in London, but actually we knew where he was and we knew he was safe, rather than him running off each weekend. And it's just seeing that change in that young man from 15 to actually going out, into the wide world. He's now got quite a lot of my children still keep in contact with me. So he messaged me the other week to tell me about his new job, working in gardens, etc., asking me where he could get steel-toe cat boots from. And it's just the fact that they still come back to you. And quite often I'll get a text or something asking me a question about how do I do this. And I think it's just watching that change in the young people and more settled. I've had some unaccompanied asylum seekers. A young lad came to me once again at 15 from Albania, and now he's got his citizenship to stay here for another 5 years, so he's got his leave to remain. And it's just seeing him now being he's going to work, he's got a job, he's coming back to see me this weekend. We're going with my current boys to Brighton together. So it's just keeping that sort of family. We've sort of kept it that we're all part of the same family. It's just some go off like any normal family to university or to work, but they it's like a revolving door, they gravitate back really. And knowing they come back, that's the rewarding part.